football fans, the Cricket Celebration Bowl is celebrating 10 years of crowning an HBCU national champion. A champion will rise at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on December 13th as the MEAC and SWAC champions clash in Atlanta. Join us for championship football, interactive fan experiences, and iconic marching bands. It's an HBCU family reunion that you don't want to miss. See who will be crowned the next HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU.
With over 25 years of serving our communities, Destiny Financial Services, a division of Global Life, is here to help you and your family through difficult times. From cancer care to accidental industries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life, but you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call DFS at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at www.globelifeinsurance.com. That is 877-300-8269, or again, the website at www.globelifeinsurance.com.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
College football fans, a champion will rise in Atlanta on December 13th. MEAC champion, SWAC champion, the 10th Cricket Celebration Bowl, crowning an HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com. ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year. Returning to Atlanta on December 12th, 4 bands will qualify for the big stage, where 2 national champions will be crowned. Follow us for rankings updates throughout the season, and join us on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Planning an event? From weddings to corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC brings over 15 years of experience to make your vision a reality. Based in Metro Atlanta and serving statewide, even internationally, we provide versatile event planning and authentic catering cuisines tailored to your needs. Whether it's pre-game meals for student athletes, fundraisers, weddings, corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC is your one-stop solution for exceptional service and unforgettable food. Our diverse culinary heritage means we cater to all cultural tastes, dietary needs, and food restrictions, making every meal uniquely yours. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Visit us on all social media at CMJ Events LLC or email us at cmjeventsllc@gmail.com. Also give us a call at 404-664-3882 so that we can start planning now.
College football fans, a champion will rise in Atlanta on December 13th. MEAC champion, SWAC champion, the 10th Cricket Celebration Bowl, crowning an HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year. Returning to Atlanta on December 12th, 4 bands will qualify for the big stage, where 2 national champions will be crowned. Follow us for rankings updates throughout the season, and join us on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
I love Atlanta, a city in the forest. Hi, I'm Jeff Cleveland, seasoned loan officer in the Atlanta market. And whether you're buying a new home, refinancing to do debt consolidation, home improvements, or just to lower your payment, give me a call. I'll ensure that you're treated with dignity and respect, that you're informed throughout the process, and that there are no surprises at closing. Give me a call and let's get started.
What's up, fam? Today is the 14th of January, 2026. It's a whole new year, y'all. It's a whole new year. Are we still doing the same fucker that we've been doing in years past, or are we on to something new? I'm just saying, inquiring minds want to know. So here we go. It's 2026, and I'm trying to be different. I guess is the best word I can use. You know, one of the things that amazes me, and I got my co-hosts on the show. They got their own opinion. They got their own mindset, which is one of the things I like about them. I'm gonna dress up for y'all this show because I'm gonna put more to work this show. So I'm gonna at least dress up because I'm gonna misbehave. You know, but one of the things I'm noticing is, you know, I got a show. Me and my friends, we do this. And I call them friends, and I truly do mean it, even though I ain't never met Mo and Joe in person. If them brothers called me and needed something, I got it. Mark, I don't know. Mark is a little shaded, but I probably got him anyway. He like to call at odd hours and think I'm gonna answer the phone. At the show, Mark, I'm not answering no damn phone. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just not answering no phone. But anyway, I'm amazed at the number of friend requests that I get. And then they want to tell me what I should do. And I'm just thinking, I scrolled through my page right quick just in case I was doing some drunk Facebooking or I was smoking some weed or some fentanyl and shit. And I'm looking on my timeline to see if I asked anybody what the fuck I should be doing. And I can't never find a post that says, hey, what the fuck do you think I should be doing? Please inbox me and tell me how you feel about me, or what I should be doing with my money, or what I should be doing with my time, or what I should be doing with my subject matter. And then I go to their page, all these people with these great ideas, and it's amazing that people with great ideas, when you look at their page, they got like zero interaction. And I ain't gonna talk about none of y'all, but yes, I am. I have a problem. I do, but I don't care. I don't say nothing to you about it because it's your life. When you make a post and you like or love your own post, because to me, that's akin to being stupid. Because why would you make it if you didn't like it? But then for you to like your own shit, that's like patting yourself on the back for having a girlfriend. Are you really that impressed that you could put words together? Are you impressed that you knew how to hit the send button? I'm just wondering what impressed you so much to make you like your own shit. And then you come to my page and tell me what I should talk about, or what I should take seriously, or what I should do about anything. Now, if you want to come in and say, hey, man, we'd like to know more about this. I appreciate y'all that do that. I appreciate y'all that send me scenarios and ask me questions. I don't appreciate y'all that tell me what I should do. And the only people I appreciate less than them people, sis, is the ones who send me a friend request, then start sharing all kind of bullshit and tagging me to get my audience. Mark, you didn't see how I just tied the bow tie? I did it slow for y'all. Man, listen, bro, I already told you I put the time because I was going to misbehave this show. And you pushing the envelope early. Mo over there, Mo already realized he's going to have to work this show. And Mark, I'm going to untie and do it again. But not right now, but in a few minutes. But yeah, you send me a friend request, then you want to start tagging me on your bullshit. I'm not promoting your shit. If you're going to have the balls to send me a friend request and tag me, at least like my show page. At least follow, you know what I'm saying? That's a click. It's free. But you can't do none of that. But you want to share your shit with me because you're running for office or you running for America's most obnoxious person or whatever. Man, have two frosted mugs and shut the fuck up and get on up out of here with that. We ain't got time for that. It's 2026. And we're going to start off with Mo because Mo was talking about, some New Year's resolutions, what you change. I'm going to let him lead that conversation because I'm going to just say this. You know how people love to say, just be yourself because everybody else is taking? Some of y'all don't need to follow that advice because some of y'all personally, y'all ain't shit. So y'all do need to be somebody else because you ain't been working for you. So put on if y'all follow X-Men, put on your rogue gear and be somebody else for a little while because you is a shitty person. So when people tell you to be you, don't do it. Don't do it. Some of y'all know that you suck. And if we're being honest, see, sometimes personally, I guarantee you, they might not say it out loud, but we'll talk about it. We've all had moments where we wasn't shit. Just acknowledge them and keep moving. Just keep moving. Cause sometimes, what's up, Jerome? Sometimes it is what it is. As my dad told me, one of my life statements. Sometimes it ain't about what's right or wrong. It's about what make you feel good. Sometimes being ain't shit make you feel better. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to do what's going to put a smile on your face. And then put yourself in time out. You'll be all right. All right, so let me I'm going to bring Mark on first because Mo going to start the show and Mark still got this clock that ain't working. I don't know why it ain't working, but but I want y'all, we're going to start a collection. We'll get some batteries for that. We're going to get some batteries for that clock. It probably ain't got no batteries in it. It should say 5 o'clock so he can drink whenever he sit down. That's all. What's up, bro?
What up, my brother? How you doing today, man?
Hey, man, I put on my tie, so I'm going to misbehave. I'm just letting y'all know up front.
Well, I'm going to cut up today. Start your shit if you want to. I'm going to nut up on this show.
You finna cut up the day, Mark?
Yes,
As opposed to what?
I ain't cut up earlier today.
Okay, but whenever the camera on, Mark, you're consistent. You know what I'm saying? You are consistent.
That's how they say. They say it. consistency is the key. So as long as I stay consistent, they can't say he switched up on us.
He put his glass on so he can be smart while he doing what he do. But let me go on and get more on here so we can get into this New Year stuff. We didn't get a chance to get to it last week.
What's up, brothers?
What's up, brother?
What's up? Hey, man, DVP, man, I gotta jump right on you, man. Let you know, man, that tie is not working, man. The powers expired in 2025, so they're not gonna keep you good. You've been acting up already this show, man. So just let it be what it's gonna be, man. Let it be what it's gonna be, man. You know, let's roll with it.
Every time you think you got a good angel on the team, his fucking warranty expires. Man, you know, I'll be trying. See, I'll be trying. They won't let me be good. They won't let me.
No, man, you got the fire and ice behind you, man. You can't, you ain't even decided which damn side you want to be on. What you think we gonna do?
Democrats. Y'all just keep looking at it the wrong way. It's Republicans and Democrats. That's what it is.
I don't see no elephant and no jackass.
You see red, you see blue.
Oh shit! I ain't thought nothing about that. That's orange and white.
That's because y'all heathens. Oh damn! See, Tashawn, I thought we were gonna be better than that. See, Tashawn just come on. He came in here swinging. He just came in here swinging.
That's my dog.
Oh man! Wow.
Tashawn, I thought we were gonna be cool, but I see now. I'm gonna have to go on and put you on. I'm about to go on and put you on the hit list. I'm just have to go on and do it. You ain't gonna act right, bro. You ain't gonna act right. All right, so Mo, we were supposed to do your subject last week, but we got busy with the ice shit, and we're gonna get back to that because it's some shit I just need to update y'all on. But we had talked about, we was gonna talk about the new year, and what do you think, Mo?
About the New Year resolutions?
All right, what you changing, what you keeping, what you planning, yada yada yada.
So, what do we do? We doing that around the horn? Did I ask everybody around the horn?
Hey man, this your segment. You can do whatever you want to do.
Okay. All right. So check it out then. We let's see. We 2 weeks in, y'all. 2 weeks in. So
hold on, let me let Galacticus in.
Hold on. Hit the drum roll, baby. The man is in the building. Joe Mo, man. Your internet, man, is furry, brother. It's furry. You got some fur over there.
He got dial up.
Hey, man, when you got that apron on, be careful, man, because I know. Listen, just be careful, Mark. You've been down there. You know what's up.
I know what it is.
Hey, so it's 2 weeks in, man. We in 2 weeks, man. We're not slipping. We're not letting nobody get a pass. Everybody got to talk about what they did different. We got to talk about it could be just a mindset shift, a mindset shift. It don't have to be something physical. It could be a mindset shift. It could be whatever. But we need to come into 2026 making some type of change. Let's make some type of change. That way we can be on this show telling everybody else, you got to make changes. All right. So we gotta live by it. Right. So I'm sorry with you, Mark. What you changed, brother? Yeah, I was coming your way.
Honestly, in 2 weeks, I ain't changed shit. And I'm gonna tell you this.
Hey,
it's reason behind it. I'm one of them believers, growing up, you got to make New Year resolution. But then I realized if I think about something in August, why I got to wait the New Year's to start it?
Facts.
Prime example, hell, I was fat in July. So why I got to wait to January to start losing weight? So I start taking my fat ass to the gym mid-November. So I don't believe in seeing that it's an issue or something that I need to change and then just put it off. Because you got to this point because you put it off for so long.
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
for me is I identify the problem. Let's go and start trying to change it right now. Unless it's a goal that I'm setting. Now, goals can be set like, hey, by this point, I want to be at this point, setting goals. But as far as the resolution, man, January the 1st, I'm in the gym. No, you knew you should have been in the gym months ago. You know,
in July.
It ain't the dryer shrinking your clothes, it's the refrigerator.
Yeah, man. Oh,
So when
that's
they
cool.
realize that, so from that standpoint, but what I have decided to do this year is I'm gonna travel more. My resolution was to make sure that I go to 2 different states each year.
Oh, wow. Two states.
So yeah, 2 states, and then I'm gonna do 2 international trips. So that's the only thing I realized this year that's what I need to do. My goal is to hit all 50. I'm at 28 now, so if I do 2 per year, I'll be done for 60.
Wow. So you what have you accomplished so far? You on the East Coast? You in the middle? You on the West Coast? Or it's all over the place?
For the most part, I did the East Coast. I did a little bit of most of the Midwest, so now I got to do the West. I did the 2 hardest ones, Hawaii and Alaska. I did them, so that's why I was talking about coming to see you. I went and seen Jomo, so let me come on out to Arizona.
Come
see what's going on
man.
out there.
Hey, I tell you what, man. Don't come out in June. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man.
Nah, man, it's either gonna be March or November. I already decided what it is. It's looking more like November.
You already know that. You must been out here before. You know something.
Nah, I know it's hot, so I'm looking at that. But as far as other things, I am gonna spend a little more time with my grandchildren. This year I am putting forth a real effort to spend more time with them as they get older. So, but other than that, man, I ain't no resolutions. It's just changing as I go and as I see fit.
So I just challenge you and say those are resolutions, man. You know, you got a plan, man. You're gonna do something good. And that's what we should all be doing. DVP, what's up, man? What you got? What you got on the docket, man?
Hey, man, my plan is to travel somewhere at least once a quarter, if not more.
Wow.
Whether it's stateside or abroad, is to go somewhere. Because I say my plan is in 5 years to be living in another country. So while I'm doing that, I want to go to different countries and see what I like, visit the real towns and not just the tourist actions, and see which one I want to move to.
Scoping visits.
You can move.
Say it again.
You finna move? This
within 5, bro. You see how crazy this shit is over here? Within 5 years, y'all need to be gone. This ain't. As the song and the theme song say, this ain't the life of me. This ain't. Y'all present on some real crazy shit. Then these other people on some real crazy shit. Man, I'm good.
Yeah, he's starting the real deal. But I guess we'll wait to maybe Jomo. Hopefully Jomo can't come back. I knew his internet was about to go out because he was all fuzzed up. But my resolution is similar to the one I always had, or maybe we don't call it resolution. We just call it plans for the new year, But mine is, y'all know I teach people how to invest in the stock market, and I got a little reading club. My goal is to just try to get those moving forward and just do some good out here, man. And the stuff that I do is real world stuff. Not saying that the fantasy stuff is not good, because I indulge in that myself. We watch TV shows and all that other things, but I think I get a lot more satisfaction doing real world stuff. I know DVP does some mentorship. I used to do that, so I know what that feels like. This is a good feeling, man, knowing that you help somebody and gave them some tools and information that they could probably use somewhere later in life. They might not know it right now, but trust me, it's gonna help. But yeah, that's my goals, man.
And what we're gonna do, we're gonna call them plan of actions. That's what we're gonna call them, not goals.
Yeah,
plan of action.
That sounds better.
That's better. Yeah, that's better.
It does sound better, plan of action.
Because whenever we figure out a way to do something better, we need to start embarking on it. And it's like, people say, oh, I'm getting ready for this. As long as you're trying to get rid of something, you're going to never get there, because you're going to always think of something else you can do to improve it. You got to just start the process. If you don't start the process, you're going to be forever in the planning phase, because it's always something you can do better.
So y'all know these, just on that note, y'all know these guys I'm about to tell you about, but guys that you run into the hood, you run in your hood and you ain't seen them for a minute, be like, hey man, what you up to? What you been up to? You know, what's going on? Oh, I'm about to open a head shop. You know, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. So my first question is, oh, you about to do it? What happened to all the other time that you had to do it, man? You know what I mean? Are you just about to do it? Oh, I hit you at the right time, huh?
Something gonna always come up.
Yep.
All right,
Joe Mo.
Hey, had to readjust. Had to go get my hotspot to fire you guys back up.
Yes, sir. We back, man. So
what up, Joe Mo?
I did these two guys, man. So I gotta hit you up, Joe Mo.
Hit me.
And we was talking about what you're gonna do different this year, or what plans you have for this year, man. You got any plans for this year, or anything different you want to do?
No, I'm gonna live like I did last year. Hang out, be friends with reprobates like y'all, and thank God I'm alive. That's about it.
My mama said I can't be nothing if I don't know what it means, so that don't apply to me.
Well, your mama wasn't stupid either, so we'll leave it at that. I like that little bow tie, man. What's up with that?
I'm trying to be more professional this year. I'm trying to look the part.
Okay.
And it's a sign of the fact that I know I'm gonna misbehave, so I'm trying to be professionally misbehaving as opposed to looking like a degenerate misbehaving.
Hey, every time I see DVP like that, though, I think you coming from a job or you going to a job, man. Every time I see you like that.
He going to a job interview. He had a job interview.
I got my other shirt I was gonna put on. Then something happened, and I realized I was gonna end up misbehaving, so I ran upstairs and got this one.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, is that the excuse you're going with? Okay.
Yeah, I try to look good when I'm misbehaving, especially when I know I'm around y'all three, because I thought Mo was gonna try to rein me in, but Mo came in throwing up white flags and doing peace negotiations with other countries about me and shit. I don't know what's up with that.
Hey, I got that Trump blood in me.
How you come out in court today, DVP?
And who?
How you come out in court today?
What I'm going to court for? Shit, I don't even give up my real name, play.
Oh,
no. You dressed like you had a court case.
No.
You had a jaywalking case.
Yeah. Hey, when I do have my court case and I get it done with, I'm having a free at last party because I do have one coming up. I'm gonna hold on to that till after it happens.
Wow. Hey man, DVP, did you get that little article I sent you that?
Yeah, I put it in chat.
I don't know if they can get it all in the chat.
Well, I mean, I just put the link in chat.
Okay.
I'll take a look at it.
You all might want to. Well, you might want to look at it now because it's something that it should be close to what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Serious note.
So with that being said, and this is an article about ICE, Joe, go give us a quick recap.
Well, here's the thing. The incident in Minneapolis with the shooting, anyone that believes that's justified, I'd love to have a few minutes with you. It was not a justified shooting. The problem that you have at this point is that it's like the Pandora's box. The horse is out and you can't put him back in. And here's why you need to read that article. Let me go back. All the laws most of the laws in this country, 80-95% of them, are based on past instances or what's called past practice, best practice, whatever else. So in the case of the shooting of this young lady, they said a few things that were wrong. That the shooting was justified, that all she had to do was obey his order, that he could basically stand in front of the car. Well, all that's been contradicted. There's 2 different films that show 6 different angles of the shooting at the time. And here's what you have to remember about ICE. ICE is not trained in urban policing. They are trained in a different type of setting. They are not trained to do what we as urban policemen would do. Now, if you look at the article, it's actually written in 2014, and it said then that ICE that the Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers were known to step in front of cars, which, from a common sense point of view, that's just dumb. Now, let me give you some other context to that. Within the last 20 years, actually 10 to 15 years, all the urban police departments have moved from two things: shooting and moving vehicles and police chases. Now, if you look at what ICE is doing, they're basing all their actions on ancient artifacts, if that'd be the correct term. In the case of the car and his authority, I would argue two things. The first one is, if you listen to the footage, some footage that you will hear 4 or 5 people talking. So who does she listen to? And one of the things that we're trained on is that in that situation, one person speaks and the rest of us have to shut the blank up. So now and I'm just saying that the worst case scenario. So the other thing is, and I'll ask anyone this, if he was in such danger, why didn't any other officers open fire? Now, you will also find that to have been the case in the Laquan McDonald shooting here in Chicago, where the alleged offender was shot 16 times by one officer, and yet there were over 40 officers on the scene. So what they did was it took the idea that he was in such a threat, or he was being threatened in such a manner, off the table. So now, at the totality at best, the question becomes, did he have enough room to move out the way? Well, clearly he puts himself in harm's way. But there's another premise that's in law that says you have a duty to retreat. I don't know if you know that. If you look at Tennessee versus Gardner and some other things, other issues, the idea that if the threat passes, or if you can mitigate, and let me use that word again, if you can mitigate the instances, then you're supposed to do your best to do that. Now we call it de-escalation. 30 years ago, man, they'd have lit that car up. There wouldn't have been a policeman in this United States that wouldn't let that car up. But guess what? We evolve. We're no longer knuckle draggers. So to say that this was a good shooting, I would tell every person to be careful, because if that's the case, if that is indeed the case, any rogue officer could stand out and jump in front of a car and say, "Oh, they're trying to kill me."
And let me just, because I was looking at some stuff, and excuse me, Mark, I want y'all to make sure y'all ask questions. And here's what the law basically says: I can't put myself in danger and then shoot you because I put myself in danger, which is exactly what the ICE agent did. Because I don't know of an agency that teaches anybody to step in front of a car. No matter what you watch, the only time you'll ever see officers in front of a car is when the car hits a ditch and it's immobilized. Because you never stand in front of a car. Never, ever, ever. It's the main reason I hate directing traffic, because you're standing in front of cars. It's kind of fucking stupid to me. But you can't stand in front of the car. The other thing he said was about the guy who did the shooting was actually the 4th or 5th officer to show up. Let's just say, for whatever reason, I'm being devil's advocate, he thought his compatriots were in trouble. Well, nothing he did said that he saw that. But when we go to the initial stop before he even got there, and this is why I want to talk about, she was obstructing, yada yada yada. Well, if you watch the video, cars are actually going around her, so she wasn't stopping the flow or nothing. She was making it a little bit difficult, but she wasn't stopping shit. But she had been following them for X amount of time. I say, I don't know what the feds say. And Joe, you in Chicago, what's the law against somebody following a police car?
Yeah.
Do you know of one?
No.
I know it ain't one in Georgia. If people follow us, they just follow us. All we can do is get mad, or if you're smart, you call somebody to block them so you can go on your way. But there's nothing you can do about somebody who's following you. It actually means you driving too slow. So as I'm looking at all these little layers, the first guys who jumped out, they ran up to the car and they grabbed the car door. Now we're gonna play with the law. But in theory, that right there should have put her in fear of her life, because everything still says when the cops stop you, pull you, or whatever, they have to tell you what's going on, unless there's an emergency going on. Clearly, there was no emergency because nobody got out with guns. Nobody. They didn't even. They wasn't even in the. They wasn't even in the, I'm gonna grab my gun position. But Buddy ran out. The first thing he tried to do was snatch their door open. Now, if we want to talk about somebody who's in fear of something, and people can say what they want to about it, they can call a Karen, but how would you feel if somebody ran up to your door and tried to snatch your door open? What's your legal ground for snatching the door open? See, that's something that when all these people doing all these talking heads from the other side, what's the legal justification for snatching the door open? Because at the very least, that's a use of force. So, and every law says this, when you're using illegal force against me as a person, I get to match what you're doing. And that's why I tell cops, be careful about grabbing people. When you grab somebody and you don't have the right to grab them, they know you have a gun on you. So if they use deadly force, they're matching what they know you brought to the table. And all cops carry guns. So if they shoot you, you don't have to do anything other than they know you got a gun and you're already being aggressive. So here come this one guy grabbing at a car door. Because what law did she break? Okay, let's just say she was impeding the flow of traffic. I'm going to defer to my former police chief. The feds, as far as I know, the feds can't arrest you for traffic laws unless you're on federal property. But they're not on federal property when this happened. They're not on Indian territory. So when do the feds get to do traffic stops? Joe? So and when people are trying to say, oh, why didn't she just do what they say? Listen, I was a cop for 22 years. Joe was a cop longer than that. Just because I show up in polyester with a badge and a pistol don't mean you got to do what I say. It never means that I have to have a lawful reason for everything I'm telling you. And people say, oh, yes, you do. I said, player, please. When the police knock on your door and they say police and they say open up, most of y'all don't open the door. You know why? You don't have to. They don't have the right to tell you to open that door. If they have a right to come in, they're going to tell you they got a warrant. And by law, they have to show it to you. And then you have to open up. If you don't open up after you've acknowledged that you've seen it, now they can bust the door in. Because there are rules. You can't just kick people's doors in because they won't open them. And you know, I was teaching a group of cops before this and about this same thing. And they're like, well, once I show up, we got the right to do this. The law said the police can have authority once they're on the scene. I said, under certain circumstances. It don't just give you carte blanche, because there's a whole thing called officer friendly, where you're just being, your presence is there. When you walk into a store to get something to eat, you can't just say, hey, give me free food. You can't tell people, hey, I'm a cop, get out the line. Hey, who are you? Let me see your ID. You on your lunch break. You just happen to be in uniform still. Every time a cop say something, don't mean it's a lawful order. And everybody, what was the lawful order? Because for a lawful order to exist, I truly do have to be in police mode. We're either doing some kind of investigative detention, which again, I have to let you know why I want to talk to you, why you don't have a reason to leave. Absent that, you always free to walk away. Because there's a phase of being a police officer that we call officer friendly. When they're just doing neighborhood patrol, they just walking around playing basketball, talking trash to the neighbors, whatever. If somebody's sitting on the porch and they don't like cops and they want to go in the house, the cop say, hey, come back out here. If they choose to go in the house, the cop has no legal, Joe, you're a police chief. You asked me why I went in Miss Sarah's house, because she was sitting on the porch, and when I told her to come in, she went in the house. So I ran in there because she was acting suspicious. Joe gonna say, well, what law was she breaking? Because acting suspicious ain't in no criminal code book. And we can't keep sitting around being ignorant and understanding that cops get away with stuff when they can, because Joe pointed out, there have been several of these type incidences around. Most of the cops were smart enough not to shoot. You know, they might have threw a flashlight and busted a window. They might have did some crazy shit, but all of them were smart enough not to shoot because you can't win. We had a guy who got hit. A car clipped him while he was directing traffic. He threw a flashlight and busted out the back window. So of course the person stopped. He wanted to lock the person up for assault because they clipped him. So they clipped you, you threw your flashlight. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because as Joe said, why didn't you just move out the way? Why didn't you just move out the way?
Yeah.
Well, again, this is why I don't like directing traffic, because it don't take that much for a car to just lean just a little bit. Unless it's a one-way street and I got a whole road or dirt I can get out the way of, I don't like being in the middle of traffic, especially two-way traffic, because when they come in, you got a little bitty space you got to fit your little ass into. And all it takes is for you to catch a muscle cramp and you lean too far when the car hits you. I'm not a big fan of that. But we can't get around what a lawful order is and thinking just because police show up, and they hate when I say this because police want to have the power of God. When they show up, they can just tell you what they do. But there's sometimes there ain't shit we can tell you, no matter what we think we doing. Can I force somebody out their car doing a traffic stop? Wow. Is it my normal way of doing things? You run a stop sign, I want you to get out and I want to do all this, especially after I've been aggressive, because you got a right to be scared. And the law is clearly on your side, because what's the Constitution say? Innocent until proven guilty. I think it says something like that. I can't just start snatching you out the car and manhandling you because I'm wearing polyester and I'm pissed.
Yeah.
And like the training exists. There's no training that we teach officers to stand in front of cars. Not the triangle, not the V, not the L. They're all from the rear. Nothing is from the front unless the car hits a ditch and it's immobilized. Nothing. So we don't want you to stand behind the car. When you stand behind the car on a traffic stop, you see they're supposed to be a little ways back, and they still never stand directly behind the car. They pick a side because you don't ever want to be in the line of the way the car is going. So all they've been saying so far is just straight BS, as Joe was saying. But we have to learn what a lawful order is. And a lawful order is what I keep hearing ignorant people say, she should have just followed the order. So if a police walk up behind you and tell you to drop your drawers and give him some, what's going to happen? Because he's still in uniform. What's the difference between that lawful order and him telling you to get out your car when he don't have the right to tell you to get out your car?
Oh, yeah. Here's the other thing. How many instances have we seen in the last? Yes.
Oh no. Was you going to change the subject? Because I wanted to chime in on this. But if you're going to change the subject, go ahead. If you're not going to change the subject,
no. I was just going to add that if we look at what's happened in the last 3 years, the shooting of civilians on traffic stops, just take that. If you just look at that, you got to admit that there's a problem. Now, for me, again, I always look at I try to bring in history to some point because it does give it context. You look at the kid in Minnesota, I believe it was, where the police officer stops the kid and then winds up killing him after he tells her, "Yeah, I got a gun," and she still shoots him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the reality is that I would, and even though I don't want to admit it, the fact remains that we have to understand that policing in the modern society stemmed from slave catching. And those thought processes have not necessarily worked themselves out the system. Listen, think about this. In the year 2026, we have gone to the moon, we're going to the depths of the ocean, and yet we can't get rid of racism. We hate because of skin color, difference of opinion, primarily skin color. How dumb is that? And let me just throw this one last thing and I'll be quiet. If we look at this, again, we look at our stars and we look at the science books and they tell us there are so many galaxies and planets and contained in these different galaxies. Just statistically, What would make you think we're the only group here? And if we aren't, they got to be sitting around saying, I'm not going over there fucking with them. Hell, they can't even live together.
Or they definitely saying that for sure, man. Hey, so Joe, yeah, but Joe, you forgot a few things, Joe. You forgot AIDS, coronavirus, smallpox. We fixed all that. You know what I mean? So, but let me say this, man. I got two perspectives on this, and y'all, this is so you guys said it from the practice perspective. I got the learned perspective. Contested, if it's way off, contested, even if it's a little off, contested. But here's number one. For me, stepping in front of a car, if a police officer shoots you and they have stepped in your path, they're stepping in front of your car, that's manufactured justification. They just put themselves in a position where they can possibly claim justification because you tried to hit them, right? Because because the same thing happened to Alton Sterling, and the same thing, and Joe mentioned Laquan McDonald. Those two brothers, it was a manufactured justification why both of those cats are dead today. You can read on it. You don't have to trust my word. Read on it. You'll see it. Then the second part that maybe people don't think about is, can you imagine if that lady was having a health event? She in the car having a health event, right? He don't know. You know what I'm saying? The police don't know. How you kill and shoot somebody who's possibly having a mental health event? Now we know, just historically, we know people get killed all the time having health events because the officer mistaked that for some type of aggression, or he didn't listen to me. Well, he's goddamn deaf. How you gonna listen to you?
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things about this that just don't fit. I say this is one thing I came up with after I wrote my book on policing in America. I came up with this one term. You guys might have an official term. I just came up with my civilian term, and I call it fitness for policing. You got to be fit. You got to have, and that word fitness encompasses a lot. It's not just, can you run a block? It's mental. It's how you make decisions. It's all kind of things in terms of what I call fitness. And if you do something like this police did, man, this cat, he need to be benched. It's over for him. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Hold on. Don't call him a police officer. Me and DVP were police officers. This guy does not earn that title.
My bad. You know. This federal guy.
and let me say this. Because you said something more, and I'm gonna keep going back to it. An officer cannot place themselves in harm's way and then claim that you harm them.
Right.
It's kind of like when I tell officers, if you're going to use the "you're scared" theory, you better be doing "you're scared" shit. I can't pull 4 people out the car and then say I'm scared that they're out the car because they were in the car. I didn't have to get them out. If you're going to claim officer safety for the reason that you did something, everything you do had better be officer safety related. And that's why we got to get away with, we got to get out this mindset of making excuses for them. Because again, the second standard is, what's the norm? What does this officer normally do? Now they brought up the fact that this officer had been he had been pulled by a car before. And my thought was, okay, who gives a fuck? If you got pulled by a car before, common sense would say you would keep your dumb ass out from in front of cars. That, to me, that's what it would say. Because most people who, if you get punched in the face, you know what you stop doing? You stop standing in front of people because you don't want to get punched no more. You stand to the side from that point on because that's a lesson learned. And if he still got wounds from that, if he ain't recovered, then that's negligent entrustment, negligent retention, negligence, a bunch of other shit. It's all simple. But again, this is the standard I want us to realize, especially as minorities, as people of color. When the police stop you, they have to give you a reason for the stop. They can't just start asking you questions. See, if you fit the description of somebody who robbed the store and I want to identify you, when I walk up on you, I got to say, hey, Mo, I'm Officer Bell, Fulton County Sheriff's Department. We just had a burglary down the street. You fit the description of that person. What I'm going to do is I'm going to handcuff you and I'm going to take you back to the store to see if they can identify you. I got to let you know all this. I can't just run up on you and tell you, hey, turn your ass around, put your hands up and get in the back of the car. That's not the law. The law says you're still innocent till proven guilty. I don't care how many descriptions the only way I can ever get around that is if somebody said you had a gun and been shooting. Having a gun by itself won't do it. If you ain't shot at somebody, I still can't put you in that. And as Joe said earlier, shooting at a vehicle is pretty much banned everywhere. To shoot at a vehicle, you're going to need to be on a one-way street and they already going down a dead end. And they better have killed some people, not tried to, not raped, they better have killed some people. But the standard, because you can't control the vehicle once you shoot the driver. So for him to shoot where he shot and the car kept going on, that means you putting everybody else in harm's way. That's the officer's fault. Because Joe will tell you this, I'm responsible for every bullet I shoot. I'm responsible for all its consequences and repercussions, which is why agencies they cut out shooting at vehicles. Hell, they don't want you shooting at a fleeing felon because most of us ain't good shots. But to shoot at a vehicle, you can't stop the vehicle once it's in motion. And the only time I can even see that being a legitimate issue is if somebody's trying to run the vehicle into a crowd of people. Then maybe they might let you get away with it. Maybe. Even then, it's like them people got a chance to jump out the way. But that might be the only time you can shoot at a moving vehicle if you know it's going around a crowd of people. Other than that, so we sitting here trying to combat what the Republicans are saying, but everything they're saying is bullshit. Joe can co-sign this, and I ain't never been a police chief, but there's a statement after every shooting that no matter what you look at, they all say the same thing. It's under investigation. The officer's on the administrative leave, pending investigation. They don't say nothing about the criminal. They don't say nothing about the officer. They don't say shit about nothing. That's pretty much the standardized statement. It could be a serial killer that he shot. They're gonna still say the same thing. That's what you say for any police involved shooting. Whether it's a death or not, you give out the same blanket statement. Is there another statement I missed out on, Joe?
No, but there's a couple of things we need to add to it. Yeah. But there's a couple of things we need to add in the shooting incident. In Tennessee versus Gardner, again, the idea of shooting at a fleeing felon. The other thing that came from the other theory of practice that came from that is this. Once the threat passes you, you have to let it go. And here's the example. Let's say you got a guy that's, for all intents and purposes, he's throwing knives at you. And he runs out of knives. Can you still shoot him? Well, let me make it easy. I know, Mark, you would shoot him. But you can't because the threat is gone. He's no longer, that threat level is, that level of threat and intent is gone. And the courts look at it like that. But if you read that article, that's why I sent that article to you, because it addresses just that. In 2014, ICE was basically reprimanded for teaching that practice. So if that's the case, then they're going how they're killing people intentionally. And as you said, to your point, DVP, that ain't the first time this guy has jumped in front of a car.
All right. So, and this is where we get so caught up in this and this and this. And it's like at that point, which is why I take my job serious. What does training say? Because the law says if I'm the trainer and I don't mark down some of these things, you can sue me for my training practices. When I made a big stink about an officer we had involved in the shooting. Because y'all know most cops live for part-time jobs. Well, when you're an officer involved shooting, the first thing you have to give up is your part-time jobs. And you get a few days, weeks, whatever, because you got to go see a therapist, yada yada yada, before you become fit for duty. Well, we were gonna let this guy back because they figured he was ready for duty. And I said, has anybody spoken to his wife? He was like, why would we talk to her? I was like, who the fuck do you think knows his mental? Who knows better what his mental conditioning is? Somebody he's seeing once a week for a couple hours, somebody he's living with. And when I talked to her, she was like, we need the money, but he's not ready to come back to work. It's what she told me. He was like, yeah, he good. You know, he been off. He good. He did this. He did this. He been through all the stuff. Came back 3 weeks later. He was in another shooting because he panicked because he wasn't ready to come back. And she said, I can't say he wasn't fit to do the job. I mean, I can, but when as a rule, when we make statements like that, we need to back it up with something. And the something is you almost have to put them back through that same scenario. You can't talk about it. You can't do it on the video. You have to put them in a real world scenario where they got the same options to see how they function again. And they fail to do that. And I don't even think they feel, I think they just didn't care. So everybody looking at the officer, but now you need to look at the agency, because the lawsuit needs to be against ICE, not against this agent. This needs to be an ICE issue, because if it's training, then they guilty of negligent training and negligent retention and negligent entrustment. All those are civil actions, all of those. But it's so much going on, but we have to know better as a people. And you know, people like, oh, if she would have just did what he said, she would still be alive. Listen, not doing what officers say is not an excuse for killing people. Joe can tell you this again, because we work in two different areas, but plenty of people don't do what the fuck we tell them to do. And guess what happened to them? They don't get shot. They don't get shot. Some of y'all have not listened to police and you didn't get shot. That's not when we talking about the use of force, and understand this, he didn't draw his weapon when she came forward. He had his gun out already. Why is the gun out? You're the third or fourth officer there. Why is the gun out? And if you truly believe what you're saying, you should never shoot when you're that close to other officers. Now,
Correct.
The fact that he hit her in the face, I believe that was sheer luck. It just makes it sound worse. But Joe, no, most of us can't. A lot of officers couldn't hit that damn truck, much less her in the face. And it had to go through that glass. That's a lot of luck involved. Well, a lot of bad luck on his part. But that's not the norm. We got cops who do this shit on a regular basis. Most of them are just lucky enough that the bullet misses, or they miss, and nothing else happens. But this is historic with ICE. This is something that they do. And like George Floyd, like a lot of us, it just happened to get caught on tape. Because had it not got on tape, everything they saying would have kept going, and the spin would have been theirs and theirs alone. Because they don't have to have body cameras. I don't know why. But we can't keep sitting around making out like, even if she was dead ass wrong, and let's be devil's advocate, she was dead ass wrong for not getting out the car. Okay, that's a misdemeanor. The worst you can do for somebody who committed a misdemeanor is handcuffing. I lied. The worst thing you can do for somebody who you could pepper spray them and use a taser on them, but you can't use deadly force for refusal. If somebody refuses to sign a ticket, you think I can shoot them? Because all they had to do was sign the damn ticket. And we got to get in that mindset, and we have to realize that it's crazy. And one of the things I teach people, civilians, if you ever get stopped by the police, start recording on your phone. Make sure you got your things backed up where to go to the cloud. Should they take your phone or shoot it or whatever? And if everything go well, you can delete it. But if something go wrong, no matter what they do to the phone, it's in the cloud. So you still got a defense. Because what you can't do, legitimately, honestly, you can't hold court right there against cops. You're never going to win that scenario. You're just not. Because it's he said, she said. So, but if you're recording, and no matter where you stay, you can say two things when the cop pull you over. If you're in a state that where you gotta let people know, you just say, hey, I'm recording this whole thing. In Georgia and a lot of other states, you don't have to say nothing. As long as you're part of the recording, you can record anything you want to. It don't matter where he shot it from. He could have shot it from the front, upside down, from the top of her head. It don't matter. The law, for us, the law is clear on when we can shoot. Ability, opportunity, jeopardy, preclusion. Ability means she has to have the ability to hurt us. Opportunity means we're somewhere where she can hurt us. Jeopardy, she's starting to act. Preclusion means she's committing that. And I say that because you can have a gun in your hand. Legally speaking, you meet a bill of opportunity in jeopardy because you got a gun, you can shoot me. Preclusion means you have to start raising the gun. Because in this country, it's not illegal to have a gun. In this country, in most places, it's illegal to carry a concealed weapon. So if you're going to follow the law to the letter, and I'm going to let Joe help me out on this, if a man is walking down a public street where there ain't a crowd of people with a gun in his hand, in most places, he's not breaking the law. It's not concealed. He's not a felon. He's just walking around with it in his hand. It's like, why you don't put it in the holster? Because then you won't be able to see you lock me up having a concealed weapon, which is against the law. I don't know what it is in Chicago, but how is the concealed carry up there?
You got to take the training. It's 16-hour law course, and then you have to shoot. But let me go back to a point you're making. At best, in the incident in Minneapolis, it was a traffic stop, a misdemeanor traffic stop at best. So she gets killed over a traffic violation? No. And anyone that justifies it needs to be careful because this could happen to you or your kid. Imagine you get some, and if you don't think that there are some of those January 6 people mixed in with that ICE crowd, you're a fool. So it's now a matter of payback. And guess who they paying back? Now, is it open season? I won't go as far as to say that, but it sure as hell looks like it. You know, last time I looked, if it looked like a duck, quacked like a duck, it probably is a duck.
But it is.
So if you
and G-Boom, the difference is in who's enforcing the law. The police and the military are two different entities. The police have to take prisoners. They have to take prisoners. The military doesn't. When the military come in and it's martial law, that's a whole different ball game, which is why nobody wants the military coming to their city. The military can shut everything down. And guess who can question them? Nobody. Nobody.
And let's run with that just for a second. And just so everybody knows, if martial law is ever declared, and let's be very clear on this, all civilian government ceases. All. Fire, police, courts, prosecutors, it all falls under United States Code of Military Justice. So now remember the military is not trained in urban tactics as policemen are. So their rules of engagement are different. There is no search and seizure. There is no warrant. They don't need warrants. So be careful what you ask for, because you can mess around and get it. And also remember this: once you lose something, it's hard to get it back.
And we see this happening.
So let me ask a question.
Hold on, right quick,
DVP, and
hold on one second. Let me finish. Then you ask. But not necessarily what's going on in Iran. Look at what's going on in Venezuela. Where else can you kill drug dealers without anything? They're not even close to America, and that's the lie that they're telling us. And we're sitting around, and it's like, that's crazy. You can just arbitrarily kill a drug dealer, a suspected drug dealer. They ain't recovered no cocaine.
Look, hold it. I'm glad you said one thing before you say this, Mark, but think about this. Prior to them knocking off the guy in Venezuela, Trump pardoned the president of the Honduras who had been convicted. Remember, this guy's just been indicted, which means they're just coming up with charges. This guy was indicted and imprisoned, found guilty of dumping 40 tons of cocaine. So let me get this right. So the guy you got convicted in your jail, you let him go, but you take you go snatch this other guy from a country that you just indicted. You don't see nothing wrong with that. But Mark, please go with the question. Wake up, Mark.
Nah, I'm waiting on y'all. So my question is, My question is to you and DVP on the local level. How do we get change? I know we talk a lot about training, and DVP was a training officer or whatnot, but at the local level, how do we get reform to stop these shootings, these and things of that nature on the, with police, not ICE agents, anything of that nature, but with the police? How do we get reform to where citizens are treated normal or whatnot versus the shootings and all the extra stuff that you talk about police doing? How do we get reform?
Before you guys answer, let me just tell you this, Mark. They need to go away for like a month and write a dissertation and bring you the answer. But right now, they're going to do the best they can. Go ahead, brothers.
To me, it's really not that hard. To me, until they bring back citizen review boards, because that's the easiest way. A citizen, it's just the easiest thing to do. But we're so content with letting the being chumps of the world tell us what's right. We're so complicit with letting people tell us stuff as opposed to knowing for ourselves. Because listen, I've seen some shootings that at a glance they didn't make sense. But once you look at everything and you got the totality, you understood why. Because sometimes you unfortunately you get officers who make good shoots who are shitty report writers, or they're just shitty when they're asking questions. But especially now we got videos for everything. The video will tell you all the stuff they missed out on, because one of the reasons they tell cops not to talk immediately after shooting is because you miss a lot of things. And you may say something incriminating that if you remember the whole big picture, it wasn't. But to change it, and I harp on this and people hate it, the worst thing we ever did, in my humble opinion, is start demanding that officers went to college. I'm gonna stick to this until the day I die. I can train a clerk from QT to be a better cop than I can a 4-6-year graduate. Because when they go to college, they're not meeting the same stressors that a cashier at Quick Trip. They ain't had nobody get into their face and keep talking shit and talk about their mom and talk about they're gonna slap the taste out their mouth. Most people who have jobs working with the customers, especially, and I use Quick Trip because it's just easy, they've had angry customers. They had people say shit to them about what they was going to do, about what they was going to come across the counter. Most college kids ain't never had that. So we take them with this college degree, and I ain't knocking college people. I'm just saying this might not be the career for a lot of y'all, unless you want to be an administrator. And we put them in hostile situations where verbiage is a lot. It's like who can go to the hood and come out and who can't. Everybody can't go to the hood because people in the hood, Mark, most of us from the hood, most people in the hood ain't gonna do shit. But when you bring somebody who ain't from the hood in there and they come across all that big talk, who you talking to? We know, be like, man, get on out my face with that shit. But somebody who ain't been there be like, oh, I want to talk to you, my bad. and I ain't knocking them, but that's what we getting with a lot of cops now. They've never been verbally accosted. They don't know how to just work around that. Whereas before, when me and Joe started, most of us didn't have college. Most of us came from streets. Most of us had been through some kind of verbal hardships. Well, people talking shit just didn't bother us like that. Now you see, anytime somebody say something about a cop, they get sensitive because, oh, I felt like this. Listen, I try to tell a lot. You're going to know when somebody want to fight you because they're going to hit you. If a man take the time to keep telling you what he going to do, there's a 90% chance that he is not going to fucking hit you. I've been in fights. Nobody said, hey, I'm going to count to 3 and sit you. We didn't play that baddest man hit my hand shit or knock this shit off my shoulder. When a dude want to fight, he's swinging. You know from that point on what's up. There's no whole lot of talking. There ain't. But you get these college boys and you like, hey, what are you looking at? Oh, he being aggressive. Dude, that's just the way they talk. They ain't being aggressive. You just ain't never been in this environment because you came from this thing where the hardest thing you had to do was cram for a test. That's a big issue. That's why we got so much more of these. We didn't have a lot of this in my day, and we were doing way more, but everybody understood their role in a thing. Now, you got these people, it ain't that they need more rigorous training to show them because you can't put them through that. Because just I can bring you to class and I can verbally abuse you, but you know what it is? You know it's class. If you ain't already had it in you, this ain't something you can learn on the fly. This is not something you can. It's kind of like fighting. I can teach you to defend yourself. But if you 35, 40 years old and you ain't never been in a fight, I can't teach you how to fight in 6 days. I can't even hone your skills. You ain't never been in a fight. And I can tell everybody this. Anybody who been slapped, anybody, the first time you got slapped, the first thing you did was ask yourself, what the fuck just happened? Nobody responds to the first time they've been slapped. The second time you get slapped, you're ready because you already been slapped. But that first slap is a fucking, it's like, you can't believe you got slapped. Ain't no defending yourself because you thinking, damn, you can't respond because you never had it. And again, some de-escalation comes from what we do growing up. Because what happens when me and Joe start talking shit? Mo gonna step right on in and say, man, y'all let that shit go. It's what we naturally know how to do. It's been ingrained in us for years and years in public schools and public housing. We've been getting this over and over and over and over and over again. In suburban America, they're not getting this. We don't do time out in the hood. They do time out in suburbia. So when I keep getting these suburban officers, and I ain't knocking them, but they come from a place they don't know what goes on a daily ground with us. And you know, I used to go to Bankhead, and one time I had to take a recruit with me. When he got out the car and he had his pistol on he had his hand on his pistol, I just started laughing at him. He like, you ain't scared? I was like, nah. I said, these boys ain't gonna do nothing. I said, one, you with me. So, you know, here they come out, they running up to the car. What's up? And he like, hey, man. And I saw him get nervous. I said, listen, man, back off. Because I know what y'all doing. Y'all trying to intimidate the little young fella. Because y'all know y'all got him scared shitless. He's sweating. It's fucking 30 degrees. He's sweating. He ain't never seen as many black people. And they surrounding us. Because that's what your friends do when they play. They act all rough and tough because they know you got a new guy. Listen, man, stop or he fuck around and shoot two of y'all.
Yeah, it reflects.
But it's like, well, you got to show them around. I can't take the fear out of you if it's something that you've never done. You got your life experiences, and that's part of it. I mean, we can have these classes with de-escalation and verbal judo and all that. But if you've never done it for real, if you ain't had somebody in your face, nose to nose, screaming at you and yelling at you, and Mark, all them football games, how many times was people threatening to fight doing football games where they yelling and screaming and spitting back and forth, and nothing happened. Because we all know the same thing. If they're going to fight, somebody would have been swinging.
Every game.
Talk is cheap. But who recognizes that? People who come from a talk is cheap.
Facts.
And you know, but we wanted a more educated officer so we could justify the pay.
Yeah.
And it didn't justify it. We got better educated officers. They still don't know the law. They just know algebra and trig better than me. They might know social studies better than me, but they don't know people better than me because they ain't never been around people. They've been around classmates, smoking weed, doing whatever the fuck these college students do. But it wasn't living real life. And to me, that's the huge difference. Like I said, and Joe was an administrator, so Joe would know more because he started before me. I think I left after him, but he could tell you about the progression. Like I said, in my day, most of us were hood dudes, so it was nothing for us to go to the hood, and we didn't have to pull out our guns. We didn't need SWAT teams. We go, hey. Pee-wee, bring your ass on out here. Don't make me call them boys, because then you know what's going to happen. We're going to shut this whole thing down. And guess what? Say, come on out. They had violent criminals back in the day, but we had rules that most people played by. Joe can tell you, if you caught a true criminal fair and square, there was no shootout.
No.
The best they might try to do is run from you. They weren't even swinging at us. If you caught them fair and square, you caught them fair and square. Most of them weren't fighting us. When they fought an officer, and I can tell you this from my own experience, they fought officers that they knew was crooked. They shot at officers that they knew were crooked. And this was a thing that crooked officers hated you bringing up. But some officers didn't shit happen to them. And why is that? Because they weren't bad officers. And so nobody had a vendetta against them. Nobody was like, yo, this guy ain't going to treat me fair. If they know you was going to treat them fair and you was doing right, you caught me this time, player. Then you caught me slipping. That was it. We don't have that anymore. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
No, it's interesting because I remember pulling up to a stop, you know, a wino call, disorderly call. And it's a true story. So the guy standing on the corner, and you know how we got the S on the chest, whatever else. So I'm like, all right, if you can answer these questions, and the crowd's getting bigger. If you can answer this question, I'll let you go. I said, how many feet in a yard? I'm getting all tough, right? I got 2 guns on, 45 through 57, dressed in my dress blues, got my long kill. Like, why not say? All depends how many niggas in the yard, man. Crowd. Lost the crowd. I even had to laugh. I went and bought him a pint.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Got me. Bingo.
And the new officer gonna say, "Oh, you're a smart motherfucker, ain't you?"
Right. You know,
and that's the difference.
We used to pull up in places and they be signified, man. They talk about your mom in a minute, so I talk back.
But what you say, Joe? If it's funny, you gotta just laugh and go on and take it on the chin.
Man, you got to take it. You got to.
It's just funny, and you going on.
I had to tell one cat. I said, "Man, I'm using some of your stuff."
But the new officers ain't ready for that. No. So, Deshaun, a part of me agree with that. They need more rigorous training, but the training they need that needs to be rigorous is in self-defense. It is in verbal judo. It is in more scenario-based stuff, not videos, not fucking simulations with a computer. Because once you start doing the real-life scenarios, at some point, the adrenaline button get pushed. It's like I would tell my students when I teach defensive tactics, I let them go to lunch. I give them a warning before they go to lunch. Get you a salad, get you something light, because when we come back, it's gonna be on. They hear me, but they so used to eating the big lunch to come back. As soon as they come back, class started at 1 o'clock. Well, some of them get back at 12:50. They good students. They don't want to be the last one. At 12:53, we fighting because I jump on them coming down the step. Cause boy, then I had them burgers and fries and they shake. They got all this shit. Oh man, hold on, I gotta throw up. See, this shit is like a job, player. Eat when you get off work, but you can only show them that in real life. Cause I can tell them this all day long, and they thinking in their mind, well, I just ain't gonna volunteer first, cause I'm gonna wait to be last. But when you coming back from lunch, you don't get determined because I don't ask for no volunteers no more. I jump you when I feel like it. And don't let me have 3 or 4 volunteers because we just picking people as we want to. We thinking who looks sloppy, who look like they said, fuck, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat for lunch. That's the one we gonna get. And we so good, like I said, when it's 4 of us, we'll start 4 or 5 different fights at one time just to get everybody away. And then guess what they stop doing? They stop eating heavy lunches because you can tell them something, but they ain't hear you. That's why, I'm not a fan of cops eating while they don't do it. It serves no purpose. When you got to chase somebody and you done had that big greasy filled fat-free meal that someplace done gave you, you ain't sitting the rest of the day. Now you tired. Now you this. Now you that. Yeah. And it's about right one. It's more about situation. It's about your own personal safety. You can wait 8 hours to eat a big meal or 10 hours, whatever it is you got going. You don't need to eat big meals while you on shift. It's hard to get that into them. And then even with the training, sometimes you have to get these guys real world case scenarios. When I tell the people about the guy in Pittsburgh that shot the guy who stole a car because he shot at them, everybody like, oh, the guy shot at him, but he violated policy. He went after a stolen car by himself. He caught him on a dead end street. The guy didn't give him a way to get out. So when the guy shot him, he shot back. Oh, it was a good shoot. There ain't a policy around and say you can do a felony stop by yourself. So now the department got to pay. Now he got a little flag on him. He ain't gonna get nothing else. The guy in what's the guy's name in Minnesota? The one that killed, what's his name?
Chauvin.
Look at his history. 21 times he had been to the principal's office about that neck restraint thing. They teach it in Minnesota. They made him a training officer. So if I'm doing something that's supposed to be illegal and they teach me to train it, who learning something? But they never attacked Minnesota's police academy. But this was a taught technique. And lots of other places. Here, California used to teach the chokehold. They stopped. You got to know what people are teaching, and then you got to amend the teaching. Georgia will not we will not condone you putting your knee on somebody's spine. We will not condone you putting your knee on somebody's neck. We tell you under no circumstances, even in life or death, should you ever put your knee on somebody's neck or their spine. There is no way we will ever clear you for that. You can think he about to kill you. You shoot him first, but if you put your knee on his neck or his spine, you're dead wrong. Well, there is no way for that. because it's too much limits. Once you put your knee on them, you put that weight on them, you got the power to cripple them. So we don't even teach it. You can't even accidentally do it. What's up, Taylor? So these are things where we can increase the training, but most of the training now is about so much effing paperwork. It's not about surviving. It's not about dealing with the public. It's about how to write reports. It's not how to deal with people. I mean, we got all these CIT teams now, crisis intervention, where they trying to teach you how to deal with people during crisis. But everybody don't even get to go to that. So how do you know when it's a crisis? So I got the training, but Mo and Mark didn't. So when they go to the training where a guy is going through a situation, what are they supposed to do? Call TV timeout? But because they ain't the teacher's pet, they don't get to go.
Right.
So they stuck. What's up, Ariel? So it's a lot more to it. And one of the biggest ways to change this, and I had to find this out the hard way, is you got to start suing agencies. Because every agency, they'll give you their budget. They'll tell you what they spent. They won't tell you what they paid out in civil suits. And most of them have paid. Ooh, boy, if you see what LA paid out in civil suits, man, they could have hired fucking 30 officers. Fulton County done paid a shitload of money in civil suits. This is something that nobody will ever talk about. They paid for illegal arrests. They paid for a lot of crazy, not letting people go in time. These are things that cost you as a taxpayer money. So if we want true reform, we need to start mandating that they make this public. This will tell you how much training that they need. Because once you get that information, Obi-Wan shaking his head. What's up?
No. Let me go back to the very base question. How do we change this? You have to put people, and it's going to hurt some people's feeling. You got to vote. Every ordinance, every law,
not the B word.
Yeah, it has something to do with an election. So, and you see messed up instances, that's because the person that put it in place was messed up. You can't change these laws. Listen, you can write as many petitions as you want, but unless that petition is backed up with a vote, means nothing. Prime example. In an election for judges, it's a popular election. So in the case, let's talk about the guy that got elected up in Wisconsin with the the idiot that shot 3 people. He got elected with less than 500,000 votes. Actually, I think it was less than 10,000. In a town that had a million votes or something like that.
Oh.
So when they tell you that the minority run things, it's true. So if you don't vote, you don't count. You can raise, you can march. Look, you can have balloon releases all day. Don't mean jack doo-doo. You got to get people in there. You got to vote people in there going to do what you want done.
I'm gonna add this, and I don't want none of y'all to get bent out of shape. Quit praying for change. Vote. Prayer ain't changed. Ain't got. Remember now, Donald Trump said Jesus or God sent him. So quit doing this prayer thing. Let's action. Voting changes thing. When you have voters who want something, shit change.
Yes,
people who bitch don't get nothing changed. The power is in that little pokey thing. You got to poke. As Malcolm said, that's your ammo. And it's crazy. I seen like 10 posts today with people who didn't vote, but now they want to say something about what's going on. My mama told me, if you don't vote, shut the fuck up. Now, once you vote, even if your person don't lose, you get to say something because at least you tried to change something. But if you didn't vote, shut the fuck up. Don't nobody care. What are we going to do?
Let me add this too. If it didn't matter, there would have never been a conspiracy at the ballot box. Just think about that. Why are we trying to prevent voting? Why are we trying to close the polls down early? Why are we trying to make it difficult for people to vote?
No, they're trying to make it difficult for certain people to vote.
That's who I'm speaking to. We speaking to our people. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point, Joe. That's the point.
Listen, man.
If it didn't matter, you would have the right. You wouldn't have this act that got to keep being. When is it up to be voted for again? In a year or two?
I think so.
The Voting Rights Act, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have a right to vote. It's not a constitutional right for us, as in brown people or minority. It's not a right. And I hate to change the subject right quick because I'm gonna do a subject jacket. To me, it's stupid that we keep talking about reparations. We keep talking about this. We keep talking about that. We don't ever talk about the right to vote. Because at any minute, Joe done said this more than twice now. Once you lose something, it's hard as hell to get it back. And we're gonna get so caught up in all this other bullshit, they're gonna slip it in the table in one of these omnibus bills that fuck them colors. They got enough shit that we got them so distracted. Ain't nobody asking for the right to vote. So we're gonna do a quiet vote and say no. And then the next thing you know, we ain't gonna get it. Next thing you know what happens when we don't get the vote? We're gonna be shipping all our asses out pretty soon.
That's the get your hand out of my pocket theory.
Well,
when Joe Rogan turned on the president, that's saying a whole lot.
It matters. It definitely matters.
But it don't matter because we'd rather be ignorant and let somebody tell us stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my challenge. Everybody who's watching the show, it's 4 of us on here. We do what we do. If you don't like something we say, Joe is the best at this. Find some proof and challenge us. We don't want you to just believe us because me and Joe got experience as cop, or Mo wrote a book, or Mark do what Mark do. Challenge us. Challenge us. Because we ain't gonna tell you to do your own research. We will give you places to go, and then you can still do your own research to make sure ours ain't tainted. The best thing I can tell you. These are my real world experiences. Mark learned a lot about Kwanzaa just because he went and did the research for himself. Mo always stick to the fact that when I start telling about sometimes as men we gotta let other people do stuff. When I said, "Hey, one of my wives was a better shot than me. If something happened, I'm letting her shoot. I'm the champ when it comes to fighting. But if one shot gotta be taken, I'm letting her take the shot. I ain't gotta be so macho that I'm doing it. We have to learn for ourselves. We have to start putting stuff in real world and seeing if it makes sense." So I have a question. Are there quotas in traffic stop, speeding tickets, and things of that nature?
Yes.
And let me qualify that. If you want a traffic unit, hell to the yeah. But understand this, and I always hate this. I'm gonna let Joe, because Joe was the police. I was with the sheriff's department. When there are quotas for that, I'm gonna tell you the easy way to get quotas, and we hate this because we always think the police doing this. All they gotta do is hang around the black clubs. You know where most drunk drivers are coming from? They come from black clubs, but they know we can't pay the fees, so there's no money in it. So they go to the white neighborhoods where they get to pay them fees. So, like I said, for the sheriff's office, there are no quotas for speeding. But if you're in a traffic unit, oh yeah, you better get them stops. But go ahead, Joe. Tell more about it, because like I said, you were a policeman.
Well, here's the reality. Look at state troopers, and that includes all state troopers. That it's a revenue generator. So yes, there's quotas, and if you're in a major metropolitan area, there are ticket quotas on parking tickets. That's why you have red light cameras. Listen, they rather put up red light cameras than those other gunshot detectors. The mayor of Chicago took out close to 60, I'll say a low number of 100, 200 cameras that were shot spotters, but he put in speed cameras.
Wow.
So which one's really concerned with public safety?
Yeah, that's concerned with the economics of public safety.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. They put most of these traffic units in the rich neighborhoods. You don't ever hear them complain about being profiled. But that's who can afford to pay these traffic fines. The people in the hood can't afford. They'd rather drive around with a suspended license. The white people ain't finna do that. They need their license. Man, look at what a DUI attorney costs.
Listen.
Ooh, that's what the money is. Don't fuck a murder trial. Be a DUI attorney.
A DUI ticket, a initial DUI ticket is a $10,000 ticket right off the bat. Wow. Got the numbers. Now, if you think I'm kidding you, look at any city, because each city has, you can look it up, please, by state, and do a Google of highest tickets in DUI writing and see whose name is there. And each state got one. I know a couple of them personally. I mean, these guys, but it It's a specialty. You just can't do it. You have to take a class. You have to take the class on the machines. You have to be certified every so often, and you got to produce, because they don't put you in those positions because you're a great guy. You got to produce your worth.
Times 10.
Times 10.
No what kind of violations, Robert? No traffic violations? And I'm gonna just tell you this. I learned this from being a narc. Damn near every corner road is a moving traffic violation. The easiest one, the guy taught me, according to the law, when the cars come from the factory, that's as safe as it's gonna ever be. As soon as you change the tire size, your car becomes less safe for the road. They can give you a ticket for that because you changed the manufacturer specs for safety of the roadway. Even though changing tires is air quote legal, it's really not. You can't do it. When you put the low tires or the high tires, whatever it is, it's not what the manufacturer suggested. And the safety rating is so important.
Crazy, man.
Go ahead, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. I'll just give y'all a quick update real quick. You know I'm the stock man. Stock time, baby. Somebody hit some intro music or something, man. Don't y'all got a button or something? What's going on with this kind of?
Hey, man.
Oh,
damn.
2 for 2, both for me. Oh, such a free.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, no time, baby. All right, so I just wanted to mention, y'all know we've been tracking.
I sure got a question for you.
Yeah, we've been tracking target stock. So I'm just gonna give y'all the update. You know what I'm saying? So the update is this. When we started this boycott, I'm gonna call it boycott. When we started the boycott, the stock was at 93. When the boycott ended, it was at 87. So it lost 6 points. Okay, so there's 6 points it lost. Today it's 110. So it gained 23 points. So
all cause of that dress.
It looks like there was a little impact, and then recovered nicely. So if you bought that, here's the thing. So I'm gonna just tell y'all this. This is the statistics on it. So this is one of the things where you gotta deal with your own morality. If you would have took advantage of this boycott, because you know what's gonna happen. Businesses like Target don't go out of business, folks. They just don't. So you could almost guarantee that it was going to take a dip, then it was going to come back up. Your job was to estimate where the bottom was at, right? Because if you bought it at 87, if you caught it right at the right timing or somewhere close to there, and it went back up to 110, you made $23 a share. That's a lot of money, y'all. Especially, look, if you bought 100 shares, what's that? $2,300. I'm stopping right there.
Yeah. Okay, Mo. So, quick question, because what I saw the other day is that Target finna open up about 100 stores. Did this boycott? To me, it didn't work. Is that not the right way to think about it?
Yeah, where's Philip at, man? We just talked to Philip. Philip need to answer that. Hey, DVP, you know why I'm saying that. Philip need to answer that question. Where's Philip at, man? So I'll just tell you this, Mark. In my opinion, I'll say I don't. This is a little baby stock dip. If you look at Target's historical stock dips and gains, you're gonna find one that dipped about the same amount, about 6 points. You're gonna find one that dipped 6 points somewhere in Target's lifetime. Is because stocks are up and down, right? So to me, this could have just been normal variation, right? But because of the timing and the analysis that I'm looking at it, because of the timing, people gonna say, "Oh, the dip was attributed to the boycott." So fine, say that, but you only lost 6 points, man. That's within normal variation of stocks. So I don't know if I answered your question, Mark, but ask it again, man.
Okay.
What was your question?
You did.
I did. Okay, so there it is.
I mean, you did, because like I say, what I just saw a few days ago, they finna open up 100 stores.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't typically open up 100 stores if you take them out.
Facts. Yeah, no. If you got, I mean, So look, either they had a great recovery campaign, or this little boycott was a flea on my shoulder. Get off of me, man. It was one of the two, right? And now they building all these stores, so it had to be that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, you got to also look at where they're opening up. You know, the fact is that Walmart or Sam Walton family don't believe in collective bargaining rights. So I would believe they'll open them in right to work states, which means they can hire and fire at will. So this isn't because they are having a moment of clarity and a moment of existential belief. It's about the pocketbook, because just as they open, remember how many they closed last couple of years?
Yeah.
So if you look at that side, you know, nobody wants to talk about that. They've moved out of the other states, northern states. So again, they move in the right to work states, which gives them another way to balance their worksheets. But let me add this. Someone asked earlier and we didn't get a chance. Someone wrote in, get rid of qualified immunity. That's a show all in itself. And maybe when DVP thinks or you guys are ready, we'll do that. But qualified immunity is really not something that's been known for a long time. It really came about in the late 80s, 82, somewhere in there. But the interesting thing about qualified immunity is that it has to be granted by the judge, and it's not always granted, contrary to popular belief. But I just wanted to clear that up.
And there are some conditions for it.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the term is used so loosely, but we'll do a show about it. But yeah, it's a really loose term. And I want to say, especially now, if you pay attention now, and I tell people this all the time, in this day and age, I've probably seen more cops go to jail in the past 5-10 years than I saw in 30 years. So the qualified immunity is pretty much not a big issue like people want to make it out to be when people try to say it. It's what most cops union they want it in the worst way. It's something that just can't be granted arbitrarily, though. But if you're doing your job, yeah, you should be. But once again, you should be judged by your peers for that.
Well, I can tell you in one case, again, Laquan McDonald, they tried to use qualified immunity, and the court said, "Oh no." So he went to jail. So
yeah,
I think they even tried to use it in Chauvin's case. Again, did not work. So there's that.
Those are both poor examples too. So I don't even
know.
Those
are great examples. No,
those are the best examples.
Those are great.
What I mean, well, Laquan McDonald's walking away. So how you going to claim qualified immunity?
But again, no. They're great examples to show that it's not always granted. See, people think
right. No, that's true.
It's an automatic thing. It's not. Yeah. Two things have to happen. Number one, like DVP said, set of circumstances have to be prevailing, and two, it has to be asked for. It isn't necessarily given.
Yeah, that's true.
And the third part is the court has to agree to it.
Yeah. In that perspective, you're right. You guys are right.
Yeah, because we sure got carried away with trying to get it.
Yeah.
But the best is crazy. The best thing for cops is a more intelligent public.
Okay.
And Joe, you know, as long as we deal with people who don't know shit, we keep doing shit. And I tell people, you know, I was telling the guy the other day, I learned the difference when I saw how we did stuff in our neighborhood versus when we went up north. Everything changed. So y'all know it's a difference. Because one agency when I worked for a task force, we did the same thing no matter where we went. There was just one way to do it, and that was this way. When I was with the sheriff's office, when we were in the low end of town, we did this. Once we went to the rich end of town, we didn't do a lot of the same stuff, nowhere close. So they know the difference, and they know who knows the difference.
Correct.
Because if they think you don't know, you know. But we'll go around pushing shit like hollering about we sovereign shit. All them sovereign people go to jail, they stay in jail. Don't use that sovereign shit. It's bullshit. It never works. It never works. I don't give a shit what kind of paper you got. If you don't have some flags on your car and a tag, there is no diplomatic immunity.
I'm a Moor though, man. I'm a Moor.
Right, and you're gonna spend more time in jail. That's what you're gonna be more.
What's it more time, buddy?
Got your little car, got your little book. Like, but yeah, when we become a smarter group, cops don't like being challenged. And if you want to see most of them back down, challenge them for shit they don't know about.
Which is a lot of things.
Because they don't want to know their job. Because, you know, that's when we were talking about that the traffic task force. You got to be some of the smartest people on the planet because they know a bunch of traffic laws. But that's all they're supposed to know. That's all they're supposed to know. Right. Traffic. When they know traffic, bro, when they go to court, that's why the attorneys cost so much because the attorneys don't want to deal with the DUI task force. They know how their training is. They are trained for courts. They are trained to know the traffic. They are trained to the hilt for this shit. You're not going to beat them easily. You're not.
Great.
You hope you can get a good attorney who can work out some kind of plea bargain for you, where you pay him 10 grand and you pay the county 10 grand, as opposed to just losing 40 grand.
And you can believe DUIs are guaranteed 3 court dates right off the bat. So if you figure each court date, 30 days separated, that's 90 days right off the bat, right there. And each one's $10,000 in appearance.
And ain't nothing wrong with being a more. You silly taste, Tucson. I caught what you just did. It just don't hold up in a traffic stop.
Right.
What else y'all got? What time? It's 7:30.
Right.
Oh,
so when I get pulled over, I can just look hard at the window. So when I get pulled over, I can just hold up my little sign on the. I can hold my sign on my window to say I don't want to talk. I don't answer no questions. So if I get pulled over by the police, I can hold a card on the window to say I don't want to talk to the police.
Yes, you can do. You can do all of that. You can. It ain't gonna get you nowhere, but you feel free to do it. Let them know you got constitutional rights.
Right. I know my rights. Yeah, I know your left. Screaming. I know my rights.
This your right. This your left.
Right.
Man, I guess maybe I'm a little jaded, but I'm not fighting no police.
That's why we hate the police.
I'm not fighting no nothing in the street, man.
But that's why I said cut your cameras on and just record the whole thing. Just record it. And you'll be surprised that I don't have people call me who want to tell me about bad officers. Well, I called officer. I get a copy of the videotape. Well, what you just told me ain't shit with the video show. No, the officer knocked on the window. You were sleeping. He knocked on your window for 3 minutes. You never moved. He went back to his car, came back and knocked.
Ain't no such thing as a good cop.
Who said that?
Okay.
Mark said that. Mark, you said that? Man, don't go visit Jomo no more. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man.
Ain't no such thing as a good.
Don't go visit Jomo no more, man. He ain't let you in this time, man.
Oh no! When I go back to his house, we're gonna make some stuff.
Yeah. You better not go visit.
We're gonna race his race balls.
You better not go over DVP's house. You might not come. You're gonna come up missing, son.
That's Rob. You see, Robert called those pigs. I'm gonna let you have that little bit.
I know, Mr. Moore.
Oh no, he ain't the Moore. That's
I know. I got it. Yeah, Moore. I got it.
No, I'm talking about Robert. Robert, the one calling those pigs. I'm gonna let you have that little disrespect, Robert.
Yeah. Him and Mark belong in the car together. You know, they can be more brothers.
And you know, like I said, I ain't here to defend cops. I ain't here to prosecute cops because I can tell you.
Hey, Robert.
I can tell you.
Hey,
both sides.
Come on and sing it to
them. But one something about it, all these people who hate cops. When something happens at their mama house, they somewhere, they're gonna call 911 and they ain't gonna say, hey, don't send the cops. They're gonna say, hey, send them because I'm over here. I don't want to get up. Can y'all go help?
I'm gonna put my tax dollars to work. I'm gonna call every chance I get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mark,
Don't
you
make
know
no
you
sense
got
for me to be
some,
wasting my tax money.
yeah, you know, Mark, you don't pay no tax money. You want it already for child support. What are you talking about? Talk to that boy.
Hey man, I beat that child support case.
Not from what I heard. Okay. Not from
I
what I
got
heard.
smart. I got smart. I just went and got custody of my daughter. I stopped paying child support.
Yeah, okay. I saw you on Cutler's Court, and the
Then when I
judge.
got custody, I couldn't even get child support.
I saw you.
That's the thing, though. But yeah, but you know, I do believe it's some, you know, decent officers out there that do their job to the best of their ability, and then I think it is some bad ones. I mean, you know, it's just hard to figure out which one gonna pull you over.
It ain't. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why bad cops exist. Same thing I told Rob. You know why bad cops exist? Because people like y'all will say all cops. And it Rob, because me and Rob used to have this argument. Oh, y'all do this. Robert, when you ran across the dirty cop, how many cops was with him? Nobody. So if I wasn't there, how you gonna say I know who a dirty cop is? You knew who he was, and you didn't tell nobody. So bad cops exist because niggas won't say shit. Because you won't say nothing. Because you can look at the history and see how many cops going to jail. Why are they going to jail? Because somebody told on them. But see, niggas won't say shit. Niggas, but they'll blame everybody else who wasn't there. Oh, y'all know who it is. I know as much about who dirty cops is about y'all know who y'all cousin and uncle is a rapist is. That's your family. You know more. But you don't want to say, you keep wanting to tell me I know who bad cop. How would I know a bad cop? Because guess what? Bad cops don't fuck with good cops. So I can't say everybody that don't come around me is a bad cop because I don't make myself easily available. But it's easier to blame somebody who don't know versus to take responsibility for which I ain't gonna tell because they ain't gonna do that no way. See, that's that defeatist mentality. That defeatist mentality is what let bad cops exist. But because cops will tell on cops. You see cops all the time on all these shows telling you when cops is wrong. Now you see the other side who try to defend shit, but y'all already know them was Trumpers. Because most other cops they saying nope, this wrong. The trainer said this, this, and this. Exactly. Bad cops exist because bad people exist. But bad cops get the flourish because niggas will not tell on them. I'm gonna give you the best case I can give you, Tashawn. In DeKalb County had an officer that was picking up homeless people in DeKalb County, taking them to Gwinnett and killing them. Well, a Gwinnett County person kept calling and said, hey, why is this DeKalb County cop always out here? A homeless person went and said, hey, y'all got a cop who keep picking us up. Everybody said, oh, don't nobody listen to the homeless people. Well, somebody from DeKalb listened to this homeless dude, and they checked on this person from Gwinnett. They tracked the car, but it done killed 6 people. See, if a homeless person can get the cops' attention, what makes you think we can't? But we don't want to tell because, oh, I forgot. We don't snitch because snitches get stitches. And I ask y'all, Joe, you're police too. Mo, I don't know who you know. Mark, you know a lot of people. Can y'all tell me the last snitch that disappeared? Because I hate when y'all keep saying snitches get stitches because I know people who have testified and ain't shit happened to them. So where did this come from? Where did it come from?
I don't fuck with snitches.
Yeah, you do. You just don't know who they are. Because they the reason we say because
But I got a question for you, DVP. So DVP.
So hold on before you change the topic, Mark.
So answer this for me, DVP.
Hold on, because you know more, forget some shit.
Oh, badass police. Take my money and take my
That's why his audio
bad police. How the hell I'm gonna call the police and tell y'all he robbed me?
You dial 911 like you would if somebody else robbed you.
That boy froze up.
There's a reason.
Police like, hey man, this police just took my money and my dope.
You won't be.
You can't do nothing about the dope because the dope is illegal. The money ain't illegal.
I tell you
what you got, Mo?
Yeah,
so,
go ahead.
Yeah. So I just that all police are bad kind of thing. I didn't come up with a philosophy. I got by that with data because in my book I got 2 police officers who actually went against the system. One is Joseph. You guys might know him. One is Joseph Crystal, and the other one is Nakia Jones. They're both in my book. I talk about them both, and they were essentially ousted out of the department for trying to do the right thing. Yeah.
And who was the most famous person that did it?
Serpico.
They made a movie about it. And this was back in the 70s.
He tried to kill him.
Yeah.
So good cops have always existed, but they can only do so much by themselves without people telling them. I told y'all before, I've been to court on 2 bad cops, but somebody came to me with information that I could validate, and I called GBI in prison. But I can't, and they asked me what I know. I don't know shit, but somebody got to tell. If don't nobody tell, ain't nothing to investigate. Because you feel like this, because you feel like that, ain't nothing I can do with feelings. We like data. We like facts that we can hold on to and present to somebody. Oh, he was rude. You can get over that shit. I'm not finna investigate a rude cop. It's just not going to happen.
The reason why, my opinion, and is data, I believe is data driven, is the reason why the issue persists is because it's a lot for individual officers to go against a whole damn system. It's a lot, man.
Absolute bullshit. No,
it's not.
That's bullshit.
To go against a whole system.
No,
it ain't a whole system involved though. See, that's the lie that's perpetuated by the public. It's much easier because understand this. One, a bad cop is gonna cost everybody money. A bad cop makes everybody's job that much harder. Nobody wants a bad cop because it makes my life harder. Because now when I stop you after this crooked cop just took your money, you're giving me more shit that you would have never gave me before. It's much easier. It's even when you go after somebody who's established. The two that I took to court were well established. I got a little grief, but I got way more support than I got grief because people like, man, other people did know, but they were scared because they came from some, you can't stand up to them. Shit roll downhill. Shit does not roll downhill. Joe was a police chief. Joe got way more to lose than a line officer. Oh, if you do this, because I don't have to know this. I can say what I want to say. But when y'all teach me this, I can do this to you. You're just trying to scare me. You're trying to Gestapo me. The same thing police do in the black neighborhoods. Oh, if you tell, we're gonna come back. Okay. But shit, when I tell, I know one, I'm gonna move, or two, I'm gonna get my weight up. Come on back, player. Now I'm gonna be prepared. They ain't coming back. They depend on you being silent. They depend on you being scared. What do bullies do? What happened when the little boy take your lunch money at school? You don't say shit for a minute. Then you tell your mama, oh man. Mom said, why you keep coming hungry? Clarence keep taking my lunch money. How long Clarence been taking your lunch money? All quarter. Why you ain't saying nothing? He said he was gonna beat me up. And when mama go up to school and get back, guess what? Clarence don't do shit. Clarence don't do shit. He punked you into believing he was gonna do something. Because once you tell, guess what happened? Everybody looking now. So you can't do nothing. Because not everybody watching you. If I could get y'all to understand that part. Once you get put on the radar, everybody's watching every single thing you do.
Well, let me say this. The problem I have with that statement is like saying all black people. It's the same thing. And if you want to allow them to say that about all black people, why would I let you say that about all policemen? Understanding that black policemen really were an unknown entity until late 1920s, 1918, I think was the first black policeman in the country. And even then, he couldn't arrest white folks. So no, and Nakia, speaking of Nakia, I know I used to talk with her all the time. She's down in Atlanta, but that's another story. Look up Shannon Spalding from CPD. She had to go, she left. She took down a whole TAC team.
Wow.
And she got threats from bosses, and again, if we want to bring her on a show, I'll get her. But so I don't adhere to the all theory at all.
No, that doesn't work. I mean that, but that's I'm just gonna say this. I think that's that ideology doesn't work for anything. That all ideology, because even DVP, I learned this on this show. It's not that I didn't know, but DVP put it in words where I could understand. He said, look, all men don't even like women. So when you think about it that way, you can never do this all garbage. That all category doesn't work for anything. Not all women want to have babies. So it's you can't bucket it like that. You gotta be more nuanced.
Let me address something. Robert says being a cop is not the same thing as being black. You missed the whole point. My point to you is that the all-inclusiveness is the same. So please don't confuse the two, because they're not. They're not the same.
Even if you confuse the two, don't make statements that you have you can't back them up, Robert. You've never been a cop. See, people like, oh, you was a cop. Guess what I was before I was a cop? I was black. Guess what I can't never hide? I can't never, ever hide the fact that I'm black. See, somebody can stop me. They ain't gonna know I'm a cop, but I can't hide I'm black. When a cop pull me over, he don't be like, damn, I wonder if that dude is a cop. So when people make that statement ignorantly, because you've never been it, so you can't say what the difference is, because I've been pulled over. And hell, when I worked undercover, I got pulled over quite a bit. So what's the difference, Robert? From your experience, what's the difference? Because I guarantee you can't give me nothing. But Robert, you good at making statements about shit that you can't prove. What's the difference? People don't like cops. According to y'all, cops don't like black people. So what do me and Joe fall? What do me and Joe fall? See, Mo and Mark, they ain't got shit to worry about. They only got to worry about people who don't like black people. Me and Joe, we got two different sets of people we got to watch out for. So what's the difference? What's the difference? And God forbid you're a black cop, because, oh, you one of them. You work for Mouse. Oh, damn, ain't that some cute shit? That's the best you got to say?
Oh, yeah. I heard that many occasions. You doing the white man's business. Nigga, why you sticking up the joint then? Go stick up a white man.
and you know, it's crazy. When I went to Cascade and found a little black baby, because all them black men in the neighborhood weren't trying to help, what y'all doing? So now it's a little black kid missing. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Because y'all don't want me here. Because the first one I went do shit, I said, hey, y'all don't want me here. One, I didn't call my damn self. The lady called because her baby been kidnapped. All you motherfuckers around saw shit and didn't say shit. You don't like me because I'm a cop. You don't like me because I'm black. But when I come back with the baby, all y'all got something smart to say. But then none of y'all gonna look for the baby. Because guess what I've learned about a lot of us? We don't want to help each other, but we want to tell people what they can't do. We want to tell people what cops can't do. Wow, we're going to be off in 10 minutes. So you'll make a statement, but what they say, what have you done to try to improve the system? What have you done? When we talk about why there are no black male teachers, anybody who ain't trying to go to school and teach can't say shit. If you're not going to be part of the problem, if you're not part of the solution, then what's the you're part of the solution? And everybody want to sit in the cheap seats and say what it is. But when you get me and Joe in here, we giving you shit to go with, you keep wanting to hit us with bullshit. You keep wanting to hit us with bullshit. See, Mark can talk better than all us about being a coach at a black school. We don't know nothing about that shit. I can sit here and say what I think about black coaches. But when Mark tell me his experiences, that's all I can go on is a factual data, because now I know somebody who can tell me what it's like.
Hey, man, I ain't never seen an all midget football team. Where they play at?
and when I asked Mark about what his resistance is, you know, did he coach white kids? Who was more involved, the black parents or the white parents? See, Mark can tell me then from experience, not from what I believe. Mark can tell me. See, so why sit there and say what's going on when I got a resource here who can tell me what's going on in his world?
Man, can you see the cheerleading section of that dwarfs?
Hey, boy. You know I'll be back in Chicago real soon. And when I get there, I'm knocking on your door.
Hey, man, listen, I see you sitting in that high chair again, so don't move too quick, because I don't want you to fall out and bust your head.
Boys are crazy, man. That's how it's gonna be all year.
2 pillars and my feet dangling.
Oh, hold on, Mark. I'm supposed to do my tie again for you. But Mo,
Yeah, it's gonna be like this all year.
It's 750. I ain't gonna raise hell all year. It was just because I got some crazy shit in my inbox about what I should and shouldn't be doing on my page. I just felt the need to tell people to have a frosty mug.
Man, go step by step. You tie.
You have a tie.
Now untie. Go step by
you
step.
Have two sides.
You have to tie this tie.
You put one side over the other.
Okay.
The side that's at the top, loop it through to where it comes up. So you got a little knot right there. Just throw that one over. Make your first little bow. This one, back over.
Okay.
You with me so far? I'm gonna do this in person. You sat here and basically said y'all had a different attitude in the white community. And when did I say anything about our attitude?
Man.
Mark, Mo, when did I say something about the attitude? We got different attitudes in white communities. If you ever heard me say anything about the attitudes, what I said was, because we're not from there, we are a little bit more apprehensive in white neighborhoods because we don't know them. We're not the same in black neighborhoods. The same with them. We always more comfortable around what we know. I don't like going to trailer parks. I don't know how white people think. That whole mess shit scares the living shit out of me. But when I got to go to the hood, I ain't got that same fear. I know what I'm looking for. I know what the telltale signs are. That's what I said. And I'm going to stick to that. We're always comfortable with what we know. We're always comfortable around who we know. But the law is still the law. But when I see white people run to a trailer, you think I'm going to run behind them? No, because guess what? They got better booby traps than us. They got better booby traps. White people don't have booby traps because we always late with shit. We always late with shit, you know? So, Robert, when you gonna quote me, I need you to pull up the segment. You need to start taping because you like to quote wrong. You a Fox News guy. But we're gonna, Rob, I'm gonna have a show just for you, so you can come and ask me and Joe questions with Mo, and we gonna and Mark, because I'm gonna keep my people here, so y'all can do this. But ladies and gentlemen, anytime y'all got a subject y'all want us to address, hit one of us up, put our inbox. Ain't nothing we scared of. And if we gotta take a week or two to do some research, we'll do that too, because we like coming with factual shit. Especially, like I said, me and Joe, our thing is law enforcement. And the reason I like him is because there is a small difference between police and sheriff, because we don't do the same thing. Regardless of what people think, police and sheriffs don't do the same thing. You know, for the most part, most sheriffs are better with civil stuff because police don't have to know nothing about civil law. 99% of what they do is criminal and traffic. Most sheriffs don't know a lot about traffic, and we don't know a lot about 911 calls because we don't answer them. In most jurisdictions, some jurisdictions, sheriffs are first responders. But in major cities, the sheriffs ain't first responders. They're primarily backup units, and they do the county work.
Correct.
So there is a difference in what we do. So, but anyway, it's 7:53. Mark, what you got for a parting shot, brother?
Hey, couple of things. I definitely enjoyed the show. Thanks for all the information about ICE from the police perspective. Definitely appreciate that. One thing for DVP and Joe Mo, can y'all take a look into the Victor Hill case? Because I got a few questions about it. I want to get it from a police standpoint about him. Me being a Clayton County resident, I'd have voted for him for the rest of my life because I thought he was a great sheriff. But if y'all do a little research into that, let me know. Yeah, other than that, man, great show, man. I appreciate it. Okay, everybody stick to your New Year's resolutions, but if you find out you got something that need to change it then. It's January. Don't wait to January the 1st to change something. You gonna wait 12 months to change.
Get your plan of action.
But other than that, peace out till next week.
What you got, Mo?
Yeah, no, I was just, man, Mark, that's you just liberated a lot of folks, man, because people get stuck, man, and they don't know what to do. But so that's hats off to you. So this year, I have a program where I'm helping independent authors. I'm looking to interview about 24 independent authors. I've done 3 already. So y'all can go to the YouTube page and watch the videos. I'm getting better. You know, I just started this. I'm getting better, but that's what happens, man. You got to start somewhere, right? The YouTube page is actually, you could just let me just do it this way. Just email me at readalongclub@gmail.com. Just like it's just readalongclub@gmail.com, and I'll get you connected with the page. You can go up there and watch the videos. You can see how I'm improving and making things happen. My goal, I got a goal, man. I'm trying to do 24 authors this year. That's 2 a month. I got 3 authors on the docket right now. Some really good topics. Most of the topics I'm doing are nonfiction. So, you know, we're going to keep it essentially real. There's probably some with fiction, but it's okay. But primarily, I'm looking to do nonfiction because I want to talk to authors who have books that are going to help someone. I'll stop there. I took up a lot of time.
Jomo, what you got? Tashawn, I just put the link in. It's right above your comment. I just put the link in.
I'll say this. Happy New Year to all you brothers. Mark, I've read Victor Hill's book. I talked to Victor Hill on the regular. I'd love to have that conversation, but I'll tell you this. If he gets the pardon, and there's a good chance he will, but there's also a good chance he won't. If he gets the pardon, he will run again, and I guarantee he'll win again. He will win that. He'll win if he gets pardoned and runs. He'll win that sheriff's. He won't. I don't think he can win Congress again, but I believe he can win that sheriff spot.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself on Victor Hill. Maybe he's a changed man, but anybody that's a disciple of Eldrin Bell is looking for trouble and ain't looking for indictment. Victor Hill was great at what he did, and he got too big for his britches, if you ask me, because he just started doing crazy shit. But he was good for Clayton County. Like Red Dog was good for Atlanta when they first started. Then Red Dog got too big because remember Eldrin Bell brought in Red Dog. And they were overzealous, but it was needed at that time. Then once the drug situation wasn't so bad, Red Dog continued to elevate and do more and more worse shit. And Eldrin okayed it. But I'm gonna talk to Joe, and then we'll have that conversation. Y'all know it's 2026, and I'm gonna still say the same thing. Freedom of expression does not relieve you from freedom of consequences. When you say something, be ready to stand, be ready to be 10 toes down and stand for it. Don't spend 2026 telling people to do the research. If you're going to make a statement and you believe in it, give them your research and let them do that, and then let them do their own. But I hate people, tell me when you got your information from. Because I need to see how you got this. And then we can have a conversation. But us comparing notes from 2 different people, we ain't going to never be on the same page. If you believe what you're saying, say what you mean. But again, you can keep talking. It don't relieve you from consequences. Even though you got freedom of speech, you don't have freedom of consequences. Does a cookbook qualify? Does a cookbook? Does a cookbook?
So,
yeah, I kept trying to make Arthur be Arthur, but it's Arthur.
Yeah. So here's the thing, man. If you got a story, you know, DVP put the email in the chat. If you got a story and it's a good story, you know, contact me, man. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out if it's something that people want to hear about. You know, I could see, you know, I know they made some movies about cooks and they were real good. So, you know, maybe you got a story in there. You know, maybe you struggled to become a cook. You know, maybe there's a struggle involved. Maybe there's challenges involved and all that. Yeah, that's stuff that we want to talk about. So yeah, make contact and we'll talk about it.
Hey, we're gonna talk about the mushroom killer since you're a cook.
Mo, that boy put seasoned salt in his hot dog water. He can't cook.
Seasoned salt.
Hey, and on that note, y'all know what it is. So I'm gonna let y'all have this piece popcorn and chicken grease and be out.
Later.
Y'all special as y'all can be. How the hell do you end this?